What's good, YouTube? It's Pay, and today I'm back with another video, and I'm going to be breaking down Yeat in his tour Afterlyfe and the show that he did in Phoenix, Arizona the other night, and basically telling you what I thought of the tour, his performance, everything surrounding it, and whether or not you should go if you're a Yeat fan, or maybe even if you're not a Yeat fan, but you've just been considering going on the tour or going to the tour. But before I get into that, I got to explain to you the rules of this channel if you've never been here, but if you've been here, you already know the rules, but I'm going to explain regardless. So basically, if you watch my content, you have to subscribe. It's just a handshake deal. You know, it's an honor code system. Just if you watch the content, you got to subscribe. It's just the rules. It helps me out a ton. I want to do this full time. And if you continue to like and subscribe my video, subscribe to my channel, sorry. It helps me out a ton, and it helps me get closer to that goal of doing this full time. So I'd greatly appreciate it. It doesn't cost any extra money or any extra effort, and you'd be helping me out a ton. So thank you so much if you do subscribe, but those are just the rules in this channel. But if you don't subscribe, there is a punishment. And I don't want to have to do this, but that's just what I'd be forced to do at this point. I'm going to have to start an alpha male podcast because that's what blows up nowadays. Everyone wants to see the alpha males. Everyone wants to see the Andrew Tate imitators. So that's just what I'm going to have to do if you don't subscribe, because I got to get it out the mud somehow. Women bad. Women emotion bad. Gym therapy, come on now. Gym. Women dumb. Men better. But yeah, I'm just going to break down the tour and what I thought of the performance and everything like that real quick. So I'm going to just start off by talking about the venue, because that's probably the least important part for you, because you're not going to be going to the show in Arizona. But the venue was the Arizona Financial Theater, I believe is what it's called. It hosts about 5,000 people max, and it's the same venue that Dirk went to when he had his tour about a year ago. And it's a pretty solid venue. It's nice, it's reliable, it's got a good sound system. And I think it's just a smaller venue in terms of like bigger artists, but it's a reliable venue, because in hip hop, there's not really a lot of excitement when it comes to going to Arizona, because, you know, Arizona has a very unreliable hip hop scene, even though it is the 5th biggest city in the United States. But just, you never really know for sure how many people you're going to get to go to your show from Arizona. So it's a smaller venue, but it's a reliable venue that a lot of artists go to. And so the line to get in was not very long. There was a lot of people there, though. If I had to make an estimate, I'd probably say somewhere around like 34 to like 3,700 people were there. I couldn't see all the seats. I got some videos of the concert that I'm going to put in this video, so you'll see some of my own videos, but I couldn't get the whole venue. It looked like some of the upper deck seats were pretty empty, but for the most part, everything else was cleared. Like everything from the floor level to the pit to the upper level right behind me was pretty much full. So there may have been like a couple hundred seats empty. Who knows? Maybe they blocked off some seats, but I'd probably say the venue was like 75-80% full. But again, maybe I'm wrong. I'll probably get a cease and desist letter in my email talking about there was actually 6,000 people, and you need to go correct that in your video. So Yeat's team, don't send a cease and desist. It's not that deep. I was just eyeballing it. I don't really know how many people were there. I had some pretty solid seats. I was not in the pit for this concert. Most concerts, especially for an artist like Yeat, I'd typically be in the pit. But I just decided to get regular seats this time because I was really unsure about whether I was going to the concert or not. I just wasn't really feeling it. I literally got my tickets the day of the concert, like a couple hours before. So that should tell you how indecisive I was about going. But the tickets weren't very expensive. I spent $105 on 2 tickets, and the seats were pretty solid. So not very expensive for the tickets. If I would have bought them like 2 weeks ago, they would have been like $40. And pit seats were like, or not seats, but pit tickets were like $60 to $70 a couple weeks ago. So prices weren't too bad, pretty affordable, nothing crazy. When it comes to like the actual performance and stuff now, we got there at 8. The show started at 8. Yeat didn't come out till about 9. We got there at 8. We waited about 10-20 minutes, just like kind of filling into our seats. And then the DJ started doing his set and playing some songs and trying to get the crowd warmed up. So an hour wait for an artist isn't like too crazy. You know, a lot of artists have that type of wait in between when you get there and when the show starts compared to when they actually come out. Just, I don't know. That's just a musician thing, I guess. The stage design wasn't anything crazy. There was just this really big like screen behind him that was projecting images. So they were pretty cool. The images, the artwork was pretty cool. The lights were cool. The sound was great. The performance only lasted for 45 minutes though, and that's not a long time, especially when there's no like opener and there's no other artists with him and it's just Yeat. 45 minutes just isn't a crazy long time. I wasn't necessarily like too mad, but still just a pretty short performance. In terms of like what he performed, he started off with his stuff from Afterlyfe, the newest album, obviously because that one just came out. But he pretty much moved through his entire catalog, starting from 4L all the way up till current day. So he did pretty much all his big songs. But it did kind of feel like he was kind of powering through his performance, like trying to get through it really fast. Like he would do like the verse of a song, or he would do a hook of a song, the verse, and then just like kind of transition to the next one, which isn't too like, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like rare that artists do that. A lot of artists will do, the hook, the verse, then just kind of move on to the next one if it's not one of their most popular songs. But still, yeah, he kind of powered through a lot of his songs. The really big ones, he did like the entire song, but still, it just kind of felt like he was just kind of rushing to get out of there. I don't know, maybe he doesn't like Phoenix. And I'm not saying that to say like it was a bad thing. It just felt like he was kind of going through his songs really fast. In terms of Yeat's performance itself, it's not anything that's going to like blow you out of the water. He's not like a crazy live performer. He's not like, doing crazy dance moves or rapping every single word, every song. It's just kind of an energy thing. He's vibing with the crowd, trying to get the crowd lit. And in comparison to his first tour, he's definitely gotten a lot better on stage, and he looks a lot more comfortable, and he looks a lot more like he kind of knows what he's doing now. The clips from his first tour were really, really bad when he first started performing. But again, he was first starting his performance career, so obviously it wasn't going to be the best. But yeah, definitely improved a lot. He's definitely feeding more into the crowd and giving the crowd some energy instead of just kind of like going out there and being like, oh, this is kind of awkward. Like he actually looked like he knew what he was doing. He was holding himself with a level of composure that wasn't there previously. And the performance was solid. It's not like he was going to rap every single word to his songs because, again, he's running back and forth on stage, and a lot of his songs sound like, and that would be really hard to rap every single word while also moving back and forth. That would just be a lot. So he was kind of just like rapping the most popular parts of the song or rapping the hook and then like kind of like letting the crowd join in and like doing ad libs and stuff. So in terms of his performance, it was nothing crazy, but it was definitely enjoyable. It didn't take you out of the concert or anything like that. The energy in the building was good. The fans were excited. The music was loud. The music sounded good. Everything about the performance was good. It was like a well-oiled machine. But Yeat wasn't like, oh my God, this was just the best live performance I've seen. Like he didn't really do anything special on stage, but he didn't really need to. He didn't really have to in order for the concert to be enjoyable. So in terms of performance, it was pretty solid. The music was good. He performed pretty much everything you'd want to hear. Obviously, he's not going to perform all of his music because that would just be ridiculous. But only 45 minutes. It was kind of short, but overall, I would say it was a good performance. I'll see if I can include some clips here. But yeah, it was pretty solid. But again, I guess because the tickets were only like $50, a 45-minute performance isn't too bad. But then he pretty much like was performing, doing the transitions and stuff. And then like after one song, he was just like, all right, Phoenix, I'm out. And just dropped the mic and like left. And we were all like, what the fuck? Like what just happened? And then the DJ comes back out and like we're all kind of like, we're not like mad, like yelling and stuff, but we're all like confused, like, damn, that's it? And the DJ comes back out and he's like, if you want one more Yeat song, light this crowd up. And it was like, oh, okay, I see what they're doing here. And then like after a couple minutes of that, Yeat came back out, did one more song. And then again, he just leaves in the most anticlimactic way possible. He's just like, Phoenix, we out, and drops the mic. And then now he's gone for real this time. It was really weird, kind of strange leaving like that, but I guess he was tired of Phoenix. He was ready to go. He had literally had a show the next day in Vegas, and that's like a 4.5, 5 hour drive. So probably just wanted to get on the road and get to Vegas. But yeah, it wasn't a bad performance whatsoever. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot, and I think if you're a Yeat fan, you would enjoy this performance. Um, the tour as a whole, like everything included, merch, venue selection, sound, DJ, the visuals on stage, everything was good. Everything was really good. It wasn't like the craziest tour. It's not going to be something that's going down in history as the best tour ever, but it was very good. It was very enjoyable and something that I would encourage you to do if you are a Yeat fan. The performance was solid. The everything about it was very good. It was solid. It was enjoyable. Everything. The energy in the room was really good because Yeat fans typically have a lot of energy when it comes to Yeat. So yeah, if you're a Yeat fan and you've been thinking to yourself, man, I don't know if I should go to his concert. I don't know about this tour. I think you should definitely go. It's not super expensive. If you got it, if you work a decent job, you probably could go. If your parents, work a decent job, they could probably afford for you to go. It's nothing crazy, It's not like a Drake ticket where it's going to be $400 for nosebleeds or anything like that. So it's pretty solid. I would recommend you go. And in terms of Yeat's performance in the tour itself, very solid. Again, nothing to be mad at. I enjoyed it a lot. Yeat's come a long way in terms of his live performance, and I assume he's going to continue to improve when it comes to that. So in terms of a grade I'd have to give for the show, I'd give it like a B+. It was very solid. The only thing that would have made it like an A or an A+ or something like that is if Yeat was a little bit better of a live performer, but he's getting there. It's only like 2 years into his live performing career. He's only done like 40 total shows, so you can't be too mad at him when he's just starting to grow as a performer. As long as it's not the worst performance I've ever seen, it was going to be pretty solid because Yeat can be carried by like his own music, which I don't know if that's like a bad thing, but he can be carried by the energy in the room and his own music and stuff like that. So as he develops, the shows will get better and stuff like that. But yeah, the show was solid. I would definitely recommend it. 100% would go again if he came back to Phoenix later on. But yeah, Yeat's Afterlyfe tour, it's worth the ticket. It's worth the price of admission. It's a very solid show. And I think if you're a Yeat fan, you would 100% enjoy yourself because, Yeat has a very popular following online, but in person, it's not really the same. I mean, like, obviously there are Yeat fans, but it's very rare that you meet up in a building with a whole bunch of Yeat fans. Like, that doesn't really happen very often. So it's a cool opportunity that I think you should take advantage of. And even if you're not a Yeat fan, I think you could enjoy yourself just solely based off the energy of everyone else around you. And you'd probably leave that show wanting to find out more about Yeat. So all around, the show was solid. I would definitely recommend it. I would go again. I would give it, again, a B+, 8.5 out of 10. It's a good show, great tour, and recommend you go to it. But if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I might include more clips at the end of the video, who knows, of the concert. I tried not to sing too much in the videos so it wouldn't be embarrassing, but you can hear other people around me and stuff like that. But again, if you made it this far, thank you so much. I appreciate all your support and love. And again, remember, you guys have to remember the rules. If you watch my content, you got to subscribe. Otherwise, you're going to force me to make an alpha male podcast. And I don't want to have to do that. But I'm going to have to do that at a certain point. So leave a like, leave a subscribe, do all that. Thank you so much if you made it this far. Truly, truly appreciate it. Have a great day. Peace.